Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Budo Jake podcast. I'm Budo Jake, and you might know me from some YouTube shows I've done in the past, like Rolled Up and This Week in BJJ. It's been over 3 years since those shows ended, and I've gotten so many messages from fans wanting those shows to come back. While I'm leaving Rolled Up and This Week in BJJ in the past, this is the beginning of a new audio-only show called the Budo Jake podcast. When I was thinking of making a podcast, I was debating whether we really need another podcast for jiu-jitsu, but I realized that I enjoy going out and talking to people and learning and sharing their stories. I'm not sure that every episode will be about jiu-jitsu. I'll probably talk to teachers of different martial arts as well. We'll see what direction this goes, but I thank you for being along for the ride. Also, I should mention that there's a phone number where you can call in and leave a message if you have a question you'd like answered on the show. That number is 949-415-8034, and you have 3 minutes to leave a message on the voicemail. Well, in this episode, I sit down with Bruno Mamute Paulista, who is a Nogi World Champion and owner of Mamute Jiu-Jitsu in Orange, California. This also happens to be where I'm currently training. Bruno has an interesting life story filled with ups and downs, and I think you'll enjoy it. So let's get into it with Bruno Paulista. Bruno, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Jake.
So Bruno, were you a natural when you first started jiu-jitsu?
I think so. In the beginning, there was a lot of strength, but I think it was something. I tried many sports. I tried volleyball, was okay. Basketball was horrible. But jiu-jitsu, I felt comfortable with that.
And how old were you, and what motivated you to start?
I started with 16 years old. My dad, unfortunately, passed away when I was 15 years old. And then I got a really bad temper problem. And I want to do jiu-jitsu. My mom said, no, it's going to be worse for you. And because like a long time ago, people didn't see like jiu-jitsu in Brazil with like the greatest sport, have too many bad boys. And then but last year of the high school, I told her I showed her where I want to train with a Master Del. He was 67 years old, black and red belt, a general in the army. So I want to train, and she, okay, train. And that helped me a lot.
At what point did you know that you were going to dedicate your life to it?
Yes, I didn't expect that. In Brazil, I started doing like a college. I did 3 years of engineer, telecommunication. Then I gave up. I started doing physical education, and then the 2 years. But like I didn't see myself moving to here and teach that. I used to train at the beginning like 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Then after I started training like Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. Then like when I was a purple belt, I pay like one school there to have the mat. So I used to teach it 2 times a week too. But when I moved from Brazil to Florianopolis, I stopped to teach. I was just training. Monday through Friday. Then later, 2006, I opened my academy there as a brown belt and started to teach. And then I showed the opportunity to move to here in 2007, and here I am.
So I know a lot of Brazilians that have moved to America. How is it in Brazil when someone gives you the opportunity? Is it exciting? Is it something like, life is going to be better once you get here, or?
First, when I moved to here, I didn't supposed to stay forever. I came over first because I had my academy in Brazil. So I used to teach like 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And my friend Marvio, he used to teach Tuesdays and Thursdays. And my goal was to come over, stay 6 months, and then after go back to Brazil. But then I come over, I started to and I told my mom how it was and like how people treat us here as a jiu-jitsu, as a black belt. And then that's why I decided to apply for my work visa. Then I got my green card. And it's what I say, to be here, I have to have a better life than there. Because I have a decent life in Brazil. To have the same life, same quality life, I'm going to be there because my family and my friends are there. So to live with jiu-jitsu, today, you can have a good life in Brazil too, but here it's better than there.
You said something about how people treated you as a black belt. Are you suggesting that the black belt has a higher status in America than it does in Brazil?
Yes, I would say that. Yes, like jiu-jitsu grew so much here. So much. You see, like here in Orange County, every single corner have an academy, right? I moved to here 14 years ago. You didn't have that many academies at that time, but yeah, people treat like you should treat like a black belts here way better than Brazil. So Brazil like today I heard like jiu-jitsu is the biggest martial art in Brazil. So change a lot, but for sure I would say like here it's a better treatment than like Brazil.
So the first time I remember your name was back at the 2007 Nogi Worlds. That was actually the first live streamed jiu-jitsu event I think that ever happened. We did that one, and I remember you won the ultra heavyweight class. How was that tournament for you?
That was really special. Like if you Nogi in Brazil, I trained once Nogi with my friend João Zeferino. He always liked to compete like a Nogi and like a MMA fighter, fought UFC too. And then one day he asked to do specific training for him, Nogi, starting the close guard. He even ankle locked me. And then, so when I moved to here, 2007, was the first Nogi Pan Ams. And it was together.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what I'm going to sign up to. So I competed, and the bracket was just 4, so I lost my first match by points. And then I stopped to train. I was not training. And then after a while, I started training. I trained about 3 months. Like I trained Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I competed before I competed 2 tournaments, small tournaments, and I won. And then I competed the roads, and then I won. That was really exciting. Really exciting.
Yeah, and you had a tough opponent in that final match with Jeff Monson.
Yeah, he was not easy guy to deal with, But yeah, nice guy, but not easy.
Mm-hmm. And so I was looking at the rankings the other day. You competed under the school that I used to train at, Gracie Baja America. Why did you sign up under them?
Okay, when I moved to here, I was teaching as a Ralph Gracie. Okay, so our academy was not that big, and I didn't have I didn't have a higher belt to train with me. So where should I go to train? So then that's why I started training at Gracie Baja, and then I have guys that I used to train like daily there that were like my bracket, So ultra heavyweight. So that's why I competed as a Gracie Baja. I used to go there train Monday, most of Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. That's why. And then after a while, I started to compete just like as a Ralph Gracie, and then like a Mamute Jiu-Jitsu.
Right. So you have that great title of being a Nogi World Champion in the very first Nogi Worlds.
Yep.
But you don't teach Nogi classes at your academy. Why is that?
Okay, like I used to teach. Was before the pandemic happened. We used to have like every Monday and Wednesday Nogi 7:45. The pandemic, we have to change the schedule a little bit, and we have now just like a Friday morning 10 a.m. and the Professor Vince teach that. And I don't know why our academy people like more gi than no gi. I like both. It's funny because to compete, I like more gi than no gi. But at our academy, the guys prefer gi more than no gi. That's why.
Mm-hmm. So thinking back on your competition career, I know you're still competing, and you'll still compete again in the future. But thinking back of how it's gone so far, what is your favorite match?
I would say that I have a favorite match that I won was, for sure when I won the roads. That was really special for me. But have one match that was the semi-final of the Pan Ams in 2007 that I will compete against Cavaca. And then that was my 3rd time I competed with him, because I competed right before I moved to here. I competed like the state tournament, São Paulo tournament there, and I lost for him. And then the Pan Ams Nogi, so I lost for him too. And the 3rd time, was Sunday, so I pull guard, I swept him, and then he tried to sweep him many different ways. I think I created 8 legs and 12 arms, and he almost triangled me. I was able to count that, and so I won that. So that was really, really good. And also have a match that I unfortunately got in Brazil. I competed the national league, and then like was the final as a blue belt. I was winning by 2-0, and then I broke two of my fingers, and then I could not keep going. So that was really like a mark in my life too, you know.
Getting back to the Kavaka match for a moment, you said you lost the first two and beat him in the third time. Do you feel like you learned from those first two times? And
Yes.
Did that allow you to win?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, like I would say, like because his guard is really good, and then like the first match, if I remember right, I pull guard, I swept him, and then after, I don't think he swept me back. I think we stood up and I pull guard again, and I try knee bar him or something, and he passed my guard. You know, so he won 3-0, I think, and then Nogi. Pan Am's, I pull guard. Like I said, I didn't have experience with a no-gi at all, but doesn't matter. Then I pull guard and he passed my guard. So then I kind of saw how his game was, and I was able to sweep and avoid his sweeps like after that.
That's cool. So despite having a lot of success in your life, you also had a tragedy in 2010. Can you kind of lead up and explain what happened there?
Sure. I got my green card in February of 2010, and then like April, I decided to go to Brazil. I was supposed to be there just for 10 days. Like I born in Brasilia, but I used to live in Florianópolis, lived there for 3 years before I moved to here. So I was supposed to be 10 days there. So I went to Brasilia first, stayed there, I think it was 4 days. Went to Florianópolis. On the 7th day I was there in Brazil. I got in a really bad car accident. We did go out to my professor Alexandre, my brother and I. And then we come back home. Alexandre, he went back with his girlfriend home, and like I was driving the car, and it was raining, and I got a really bad car accident, and it was like in coma for I think 2 days, and then induced coma for 3 or 4 days. So it was pretty hard. They have to do surgery about 35 days, and that's when I start to remember. You know, like after wake up from after my second surgery. I was there, but the doctors told my mom like he did not survive. He born again. You know, it was not easy, and then it was really hard for me to be back. You know, I have to learn a lot of things. I have to learn to walk back, and then things like that. My balance was really bad. Stairs, go upstairs was so hard for me. You know, I felt like I have like 500 pounds each leg. You know, so I'm staying like I think 55 days in the hospital. Then I went from Florianópolis to Brasilia, and then I stayed there a little bit more because I could not be like on the airplane for too long. Then like at the end of July, I came back to here. So then I was not able to train because unfortunately I had like my skull broke. I had like a puzzle, you know, in my head. And then I went back to Brazil in December of 2010. I did a surgery to put a plate on my head, and then a titanium and Porex, and then like 3 months later I was able to train. And then I remember the first train I did, and it was a morning. I don't remember, it was Tuesday or Thursday. I trained for 1 blue belt and 2 white belts. It was great, really good to be back. And then like after, I was having a hard time to sweep a blue belt. You know, so I knew I was really rusty, but instead that I get that and say force myself to train more, I kind of step away, to kind of move away. I said, no, I don't want to train. You know, so for a while I was like that, and I didn't notice I was in depression for a few years, and so I lost a little bit of the love for jiu-jitsu. You know, I was there, it was my job, but it was my job. You know, so then like when I decide to compete again, I decide to be back, I had to put myself as a student. I knew at my academy I would never do this. So I had to go and start training with Magno Almeida, and Ricardo Testai, and I went there Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and I told, treat me as your student. I don't mind if you show the technique on me, but treat me as my student. I'm really thankful for them. They helped me a lot. And then I started going back. But like I was off the game like for what, 4 or 5 years? So again, a lot of weight. You know, like my timing was not the same. And then it's been like a long journey to be back. And then I competed many tournaments. Most tournaments I lost my first match. It was not fun at all. One tournament that was my last Pan Am I competed, I was ready. I trained really good. Like my strength and condition, my dieting was good. Then I lost my first match. You know, so And then when I didn't expect to win, because I competed on the Worlds Masters, 5 days before I dislocated my ankle. Like my right ankle, and then I cannot believe. And I went there and I won my first match. Then after I won 2 tournaments, 2 years ago, here in Orange County. So it's been like a long journey, a way to be back, but I'm not gonna give up.
Absolutely, yeah, you're a fighter. I want to go back just for a moment to the car accident. Were you the one that had the worst outcome of everybody involved?
I was the only one in the car.
You're the only one in the car. And how about the other car?
Sorry, what?
And how about the other driver?
No, I didn't crash the car. It was raining, so I was driving my Professor Alexandre's car, and then I did go. I don't know if you're in Florianopolis. I did go on the Lagoa da Conceição. So I left the bar. I was driving, and it was raining, so I start to do a curve, and the car started sliding. I try hold itself and slide to the other side, and I crash in a concrete post. You know what I mean? So, and that's then I was pretty bad, and even my brother when I got to the hospital was was really hard. Was not easy to deal with.
I bet. Did that change your outlook on life or your faith
Totally.
or anything like that?
Totally change. I sure say, and I say even more now, enjoy your life as much as you can now, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So enjoy your life as much as you can with responsibility. And I start to kind of see things a little different. When that happened, I saw who is my friend, And then you want to know who is your friend, be without money, be without glory. Then you're going to see who's your friend. You know what I mean? Few people I saw they're my friend, they text me, send an email. And people I just said, I just know that person. Then they were try to help me as much as I could. So I see things way different for sure. And I'm not going to say I was irresponsible, but I'm way more responsible now. I think more. I would say I have 3 Brunos. The Bruno before the car accident was really tough, but was didn't think too much was going to happen after. The Bruno where I after, that was really responsible, but used to be really watch out everything, no, should I do it, should not do it. And the Bruno now, tough, but responsible.
Yeah. It sounds cliche, but a lot of people that have had major illnesses or accidents in their lives say that that they are almost thankful for it and their life is better now. Do you feel that way, or do you feel regret for?
I feel that way for sure. Do I think my life would be different? Yes, if I would had not got a car accident. Yes, could be better. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was 26, 27 years old. So no, 26. So I was 26 years old. So was training, I was competing. I just had bought my academy, and then so I don't know. It was almost in my prime. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it could be better for me for my career, say competing like this, maybe manage the academy. I don't know, but for sure I see life now way different, and I'd say I see better than before. So I'm really thankful that happened. Like I said, with every bad thing, you have to get good things. You know what I mean? So I feel I have a lot of good things of me, but for sure I have a lot of bad things that happen. So I don't know, gonna be hard for me to say if it will be better or not, but I'm really happy. I would say I'm the happiest I've been in my life now.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. So Bruno, you're a big guy, and generally small guys teach different jiu-jitsu than big guys teach. And I think you have probably have a lot of experience and advice that you could give to other large guys in the gym. Is there anything that you would suggest in particular to larger guys?
Yes. Talk about the big guys. A long time ago, big guys, they were strong. Most time, just strong. No technique for sure, but was most times strong. Today is not like that anymore. You know what I mean? So today you can have 200 pounds, but you have to be technical. You have to be, you're going to be flexible. No, you don't need to be flexible. You have to be technical for sure. So for me, any big guy, you have to leave your ego at home, not even in your car. You know what I mean? You have to put yourself in position that they're not good, you don't like to be, because small guys, they're really technical and really fast. So I put myself, hate half guard on the bottom. I put myself for almost 2 years getting like the sparring. I put like all my purple belts and brown belts, starting my half guard. If they pass or if I sweep or go back close guard or open, start again. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel happy having some purple belts passing my guard, but that helped me a lot. Like today, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite position to be, but I can handle myself pretty well. You know, so you have to be open to learn everything. Like I say, like big guys, like most time are not that flexible, but you can still like do a lot of things. You know, like see what you can do, see you cannot do it. And few techniques are great for me, okay for you, and horrible for other people. So you have to be open to learn, see the best.
Mm-hmm. You say big guys should put themselves in positions that they're not good at. Are you speaking generally of being on the bottom?
Yes and no. Because I'm a big guy and I'd rather be on the bottom than on top. You know, I'd say like depending on your body type. You know what I mean? Like you're a big guy, a heavy guy, what are you? You know what I mean? Like I know like a big guy, they tall and they rather be on top than on the bottom. I have a student like this. They're like a brown belt that he'll rather be on top than the bottom, in the tall guy. But I would say like you have to put yourself in a position that you don't like. For example, my wife, Jessica, I love her so much. I met her on the mat, and she told me one thing, like, so, like you're never gonna know. She's 5 feet. You're never gonna know how it should be smashed, how I have been. It's true, because I never been smashed like that, because my size, right? But I told her, you're never gonna know how it is to be smashed by a small guy. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say smash, but get your ass kicked, get a hard time with a small guy. You know what I mean? So it's like saying, like, you have to learn to don't use your strength. You know, we have these, it's good, but you have to have your strength. I like to say, like, if you have a strength but do not have a technique, it's the same thing. You have a nice Ferrari outside without engineer. Will look really beautiful, but not going to bring you anywhere. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that's it.
Yeah. So now speaking not just for big guys, but everybody in particular, what do you think is the most common advice that you give students?
One thing that I tell my students, I don't mind if you don't want to compete. You have to compete with yourself. You know, like you are your worst enemy, right? And at one time I heard, I think it was Hickson said, like, if your opponent could see your day, would he be happy or be scared? When I say your opponent don't need to be you're the guy you're going to compete. It should be your health. You know what I mean? Are you eating good? Are you resting? Are you working out? You know what I mean? How's your cholesterol? How's your blood pressure? So a lot of things. So that's what I'm saying. So if you can, I see like jiu-jitsu, it's not just a martial art. You know, for me, it's not just a sport. It's a martial art. It's a therapy. It's where like everybody are the same on the mat. It doesn't matter how tall, how strong, what you do, you're the same, right? So I see people that they're so shy. They don't even look in your eyes. After a while, they say hi before you say hi. You know what I mean? I see people is like too, too cocky or too like explosive. They have to calm down. You know what I mean? It's a place everybody going to be the same. So is what I say, like my student. Try your best. Be happy with yourself and never compare you with the other people. You know what I mean? So if tomorrow you do better than today, that's great. That's why I tell my students, like, to be happy and to learn to share, you know, with the other ones, and learn to be open to learn the other ones. I learned one time with a blue belt at the old Mamute Academy. We were teaching the advanced class, and I say, okay, guys, you can do any open guard sweep to warm up. And I saw one blue belt do one sweep, say, well, I like that. It was a mix with the lasso, with the scissor sweep, so you have to be open to learn.
Right. I like that. Well, Bruno, I want to congratulate you for your great academy. You know, I've been here for a couple months now, and the techniques are great, the atmosphere is great, and the students are a reflection of the teacher. So the students are all really cool and hardworking. So I think you're doing a great job here.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering what's your hopes or goals for the future?
Business-wise, I want to grow academy. Okay, that's for sure, because like I want I have a 3-year-old son. I have my wife, so I wanted them to be happy. My wife loves the mat too. So Rafa, he loves the mat too. He's doing like now the minimum which class. He's not called my son, but he's really cute and smart. So that's my goal for sure. Grow the academy. I want to compete again. The last tournament I competed was the Masters Worlds. I got tapped on the first match. I was not training too much. I was just training for my students here at the academy, my brother sometimes. But I got tapped on that one bar. I was not happy. And then I said, should I keep going or not? And I saw Fabio Leopoldo with his son on the podium. And I said, yes, I will keep going. I won already the Rhodes Rhodes Nogi. But my son didn't see that. And like he will see. Again, that's my goal. You know, like I said, you are your worst enemy. So I want to keep that for sure.
Awesome. I'll be there watching.
Sounds great.
Well, Bruno, I think we covered just about everything I wanted to. Any last things or shout outs you want to give?
No, thanks so much. I appreciate. And I think like Jiu-Jitsu, like I said, Jiu-Jitsu Babalu have like a shirt he made for his academy. It said like therapy did not save my life. Jiu-Jitsu did it. It's true. You know, like I think Jiu-Jitsu not a sport, not easy sport. Okay, is hard. You have to keep, like I said, your ego outside. Okay, and but it's great. If you don't know what to do, try. Why not? You know, like it's a great sport, and I love, and I want to keep doing it until I'm still alive.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks a lot, Bruno.
Thanks so much, Jay.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my interview with Bruno Mamute Paulista. He's such a nice guy and a great teacher. You really should swing by his academy if you're ever in the Orange, California area. And if you'd like to be notified when new episodes come out, be sure to follow me on Instagram or Twitter @Budo Jake. If you're looking for martial arts products, head over to my shop, BudoVideos.com, where we have thousands of instructional videos on DVD or on demand, books, gis, rash guards, and tons of other stuff. Also, remember the phone number if you'd like to leave a question for me to answer on a future episode. That number is 949-415-8034, and again, you have 3 minutes to leave your message. All right, guys, this is the end. Keep on rolling, and I'll talk to you on the next one.